Hello, friend. Welcome to our Android chess written in Kotlin. In this video, we'll try to set up our sim emulator to run the socket server. Okay, so in the last video, we have to use our physical device to test it because we do need some setup before the simulator can play the role of a socket server. Okay, let's get started. So there is a command console connected to each emulator. So before we can communicate with this emulator through its console, we need to find out its port. Okay, so we need an ADB, Android Debug Bridge, to find that. Okay, so if we run ADB, the command devices, we should be able to list all the devices ADB Android Debug Bridge can find. Okay, command not found. Okay, command not found is here. Is under users and me and library and Android and SDK and platform tools. Here ADB. Now we can put devices. Okay, so this device might be my Samsung. Here it might be this guy, I'm not quite sure, but this guy is here, this guy, this emulator. So 5554 is the port we can use to connect to this emulator. So now we can telnet localhost with 5554 here. Okay. Oh, sorry, typo. Localhost. Yes. Okay, now let's try the command we need to set up the emulator to run socket server. Actually, the network system for the used for the emulator is different from the computer here. Like, so it uses its own like local network system. So we need to redirect our normal address and port to the network used by the emulator. The command is like that: redirect address, the protocol TCP, and like 50,000, right? We'll direct it to it a different port, for example, like this port. So yeah, let's try redirect. The address is let's use local host, this one, right, to this one. And just like the instruction here, right, Android console authentication required, type this one, authentication token. So we can find this one here. Let me bring up another console to find that thing, the authentication token. So can I do that? Cat user my name dot emulator. Oh, it's there. Wow. Okay, cool. So this is my authentication token. Now let's try it here. Authentication token. Okay, now let's try the I cannot use up arrow key. So redir local host 50,000 redirected to 50,001. Bad subcommand list current redirection, add new direction. So it should be redirect add. Okay, add is not address, add TCP 50,000 to 50,001. Okay, so now we modify our socket server code to listen on 50,001. Okay, here 50,001, and let's run it. Oh, sorry, wrong device. This time we can test on the emulator. Let's show up here and bring up our logcat. So switch to this emulator and listen. Oh, don't go away, stay here. So it's listen on port 50,001. Now let's bring up our desktop Java here, right? This is the server address. Very important. This one we have to use this to make it work. I've tried something else and all failed, and this one is the only one works. Okay, now let's bring up our socket client here and try to connect to this port. So this port will be directed to 50,001, which is this guy here, right? The socket server listening to. Okay, so it's different, right? Because we are using the emulator of Android. So the Android using its own address space and listening on this port, and from the outside we try to connect to this address, right, in the local machine, and this port, this port will be redirected to this guy. Okay, now let's try it. So connect, right? We can connect. Okay, now let's try to make a move. Yes, it works. You see, this is our Android socket server running on the emulator. Okay, that's a great achievement, right? So now the desktop Java here, is the socket client, right, using connect. Now let's make another move here. You see, cool, right? That's it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.